We actually have 3 staff members that live in Kansas City, one of which, in the Kansas City area, I should say, one of which lives in Paola and is a Kansas resident as well. So this system was of particular importance to him because being a Kansas resident, he cared very much for the state and the citizens of the state. Again, our overview here is a very simple 3-step process: investigate, interview, and inspect. Investigate meaning gather the information that we can, documentation, look at all the user information that they can give us. The interviews, actually speaking to each user. I mean, the firefighters can tell you we went to as many stations as we possibly could, met and scheduled times to discuss this with the law enforcement officials, EMS, everybody that we could possibly meet with to get a firm understanding of the user's needs and wants of the system. And then finally, inspection kind of covers our site visits where we went, took pictures, and gave in this detailed 293-page report very intricate details of the current state of your public safety communication system. And that's the inspection part of it. The site visits include all these sites. I'll quickly go through them all, but this is everything that you have with your radio system of some degree is at one of these sites. It could be some of it's law enforcement, some of it's fire, some of it's EMS, some of it is a hybrid of all of them. Some of it has just passing through network connectivity. The Camp Phillips site being the primary site for rural fire, that is where the system talks out whatever they do, fire paging and alerting, that's where it goes from. A lot of these other towers like Gypsum Hill, Sunset Park, things like that, that is for the talk in, for when the subscribers, the users are keying their radio and transmitting for dispatch and other users to hear them. Let's see, Markley Road site, that site has, I believe, EMS at that location. The New Cambria site, Federal Road site, and the Headville Rolling Hills Zoo site have a variety of fire paging users there. The Brookville White Cross is also for rural fire paging. The one other point I'd make here is that Sunset Park is also a key EMS user, fire user as well, or equipment there. The East Waterwell site provides fire paging for the east side of the county. And then of course we have 911 radio dispatch site and the backup dispatch site at Fire Station 3. So again, that's a lot to say that you have an amalgamation of equipment at multiple different sites, and they perform a multitude of different functions to cover public safety as a whole for the county and the city. Continuing on here, we just have some pictures of some of the existing equipment here, some of the coax going up there. One of the things that I want to note on this that we noted in our report is that the system is it's an age system. A lot of the equipment is getting upwards of 13 to 15 years old. And so there is just, over time, as new pieces are added, things are changed. Not all of the strictest standards are upheld. You know, you add a new antenna 10 years later, and not everybody follows the exact same routing method, the exact same, clamping to the tower sites, and the high standards that maybe were there initially 10 years down the road aren't there. And that's some of the pictures that we include in there, is that as part of any work to be done, whether the existing system is kept or a discussion occurs about a new system, there's probably some work that could be done to improve the coax, the transmission lines, the antennas, and the overall setup of the system. The next page will come to, or the next slide will come to here, the user interviews. These you can see here. I won't go through each one, but you can read and see all the different people we met with: school districts, rural fire. Again, we tried to cover as many possible existing users and potential users of any future system